The Barefoot Investor by Scott Pape is a refreshingly simple and practical guide to taking control of your money. With a conversational, no nonsense approach, Scott breaks down personal finance into manageable steps, making it relatable and easy to follow, even if you're not a finance expert. This book is all about cutting through the jargon and giving you clear actions to build financial security and independence. The author has divided the chapters in three sections: plant, grow, and harvest. Scott starts with the basics in the plant section, helping you lay a strong foundation by organizing your money into buckets for everyday spending, fun, and long-term savings. He also introduces strategies like the domino method to tackle and eliminate debt effectively. In the grow section, he shifts focus to building wealth through smart investing and securing financial safety nets, like an emergency fund. He even guides you on paying off your mortgage faster and achieving true financial freedom. Finally, the harvest section emphasizes planning for retirement, leaving a meaningful legacy, and aligning your money habits with your values. Whether you're just starting out or resetting your finances, this book is a fantastic guide to making money management stress-free and empowering. It's not just about money, it's about creating a happier, more secure life. All right, let's start the first chapter. Schedule a monthly barefoot date night. This chapter is all about creating a fun, stress-free routine to stay on top of your finances. Scott Pape suggests picking one night every month to dedicate to reviewing your money situation. This isn't a boring sit-down with spreadsheets. It's meant to be something you look forward to. Think of it as a little timeout to connect with your financial goals. If you have a partner, this is a chance to sit down together, enjoy some food or wine, and chat about your dreams and priorities. If you're flying solo, no worries, it works just as well on your own. The idea is to make it enjoyable and not something you dread. Choose a spot where you feel comfortable, whether it's your couch, a cozy cafe, or even outdoors. During your date night, you'll take a look at your finances. Are you sticking to your budget? How are your savings and investments doing? Have you made any progress on paying off debts? This is also the perfect time to set small, achievable goals for the upcoming month. Maybe it's trimming an unnecessary expense, starting an emergency fund, or finding a way to boost your income. It's not about perfection. If things didn't go as planned last month, that's okay. The point is to adjust and move forward. These regular check-ins help you catch issues early, stay motivated, and celebrate small wins along the way. The magic of the barefoot date night lies in its simplicity. It's about consistently showing up for your financial goals without making it feel like a chore. By keeping it relaxed and enjoyable, you'll build a habit that sets the foundation for long-term financial success. Scott Pape introduces a straightforward and effective way to manage your money: the bucket system. It's all about dividing your income into separate buckets or bank accounts, each with a specific purpose. This system takes the guesswork out of budgeting and ensures that every dollar you earn has a job. The first bucket is for your daily expenses. Think rent, groceries, bills, and other essentials. Scott suggests allocating 60% of your income here. This is the money that keeps your life running smoothly, so it's important to get this part right. Next up is the splurge bucket, which is easily the most fun. This is where you set aside 10% of your income to spend guilt-free. Whether it's on a dinner out, a new gadget, or something you've been eyeing for a while, this bucket ensures that you enjoy your hard-earned money without overindulging. Then there's the smile bucket, which is about saving for things that bring long-term happiness. Maybe you're planning a holiday, buying a dream item, or saving for a milestone event. Scott recommends putting 20% of your income here. It's about focusing on what makes you truly happy in the long run. Finally, the fire extinguisher bucket is your safety net. This gets 10% of your income and is used for emergencies, tackling debt, or investing. It's like your financial superhero, ready to step in when you need it most. The beauty of this system lies in its simplicity. Once you've set up separate bank accounts for these buckets, you can automate the transfers. This way, your money flows where it needs to go without you having to lift a finger. You don't have to overthink or stress about managing your finances. Everything is organized and taken care of. By following this bucket system, you'll balance your needs, wants, and future goals while reducing financial stress. It's a practical way to enjoy your money today while ensuring you're building a secure future. Domino your debts. This chapter is all about taking control of your debt in a way that feels manageable and even a bit motivating, which focuses on tackling your debts one at a time, starting with the smallest. The idea here is to create momentum, kind of like watching dominoes fall one by one, so you stay motivated as you move through the process. The first step is to get everything out in the open. List all your debts, from the smallest to the largest, without worrying about the interest rates just yet. This could include credit cards, personal loans, car loans, or any other type of debt. Once you've got them organized, the smallest debt becomes your target. While you're paying the minimum on all your other debts, you'll throw every spare dollar you can at the smallest one. Why start small? Because knocking out a debt quickly gives you a sense of achievement. It's like a little victory that reminds you this is doable. Once that first debt is gone, you take the amount you were paying toward it and roll it into the next one on the list. This snowball effect makes each payment bigger and helps you tackle larger debts faster as you go. To make this work, Scott suggests cutting up your credit cards, literally. By destroying them, you stop the temptation to rack up more debt while you're trying to pay it off. He also encourages calling your lenders to negotiate lower interest rates or better repayment terms. Many people don't realize this is possible, but often banks are open to helping if you reach out. The process works because it's simple and empowering. You get quick wins early on and build confidence as you see progress. Over time, you'll reduce your financial stress and feel more in control. By sticking to this method, you'll be well on your way to becoming debt-free and regaining financial freedom. Buy your home. Scott Pape walks you through the steps of buying a home in a way that ensures financial stability without stretching yourself too thin. His advice is all about being smart, strategic, and cautious when making one of the biggest financial commitments of your life. The first key piece of advice is to avoid taking on a mortgage that's too big. Scott recommends that your mortgage should be no more than 3 times your annual income. This keeps things manageable and ensures you're not living paycheck to paycheck just to pay off your home. A larger mortgage means more stress and less financial freedom, so it's important to be realistic about what you can afford. Saving for a 20% deposit is another big step in the process. By saving this amount, you can avoid lender's mortgage insurance, LMI, which can be a hefty extra cost. Having a 20% deposit also gives you a stronger position when applying for a loan and helps you get better terms. It's a big goal, but it sets you up with a solid foundation for homeownership. Before you start searching for your dream home, Scott stresses the importance of getting pre-approval for a loan. This step will give you a clear idea of how much you can borrow, preventing you from falling in love with a home you can't afford. While it's tempting to go all in and buy your dream house right away, Scott advises against it. Starting with something more modest is often a smarter choice, especially when you're just starting out. A smaller home that fits within your budget can help you build equity and avoid overextending yourself. Once you've bought your home, focus on paying off the mortgage quickly. Extra repayments can help you pay off the loan faster and reduce the amount of interest you'll pay in the long run. Finally, don't forget to budget for additional costs like stamp duty, inspections, and ongoing maintenance. By following these tips, you can make homeownership a stable and rewarding investment without putting your financial future at risk. Supercharge your wealth. In Chapter 5 of the Barefoot Investor, titled Supercharge Your Wealth, Scott Pape focuses on long-term strategies to grow your wealth through investing. He stresses the importance of starting early and using the power of compound interest to your advantage. The earlier you begin investing, the more time your money has to grow. Time, as Scott explains, is one of the most powerful tools in building wealth because it allows your investments to grow exponentially, especially when you let compound interest work its magic. Compound interest essentially means earning interest on both the money you invest and the interest it already earned, which accelerates your wealth building over time. Scott recommends investing in low-cost index funds, which are an easy way to get exposure to a wide range of companies. These funds track the market, meaning they grow with the overall economy. They are particularly effective because they usually have lower fees than actively managed funds, allowing you to keep more of your returns. Index funds also provide diversification, which spreads your investments across different industries, reducing risk. This way, if one part of the market goes down, others can help balance out your losses. To get started, Scott suggests following the Barefoot Blueprint. This blueprint recommends a mix of low-cost index funds for growth and safe options for security, helping you strike a balance between risk and reward. Once you've set things up, it's important to make regular contributions, even if they're small. By doing this, you take advantage of dollar cost averaging, which reduces the impact of market fluctuations. Automating your investments is another key step. By setting up automatic transfers, you make sure you stay on track without constantly thinking about it. The idea is to let your wealth grow on its own without micromanaging or worrying about the day-to-day market movements. With patience and consistency, your investments will steadily build wealth over time. Boost your mojo. Scott Pape emphasizes the importance of creating and maintaining an emergency fund to provide a safety net for unexpected expenses. The idea is simple. Life can throw curveballs, from medical bills to car repairs or even a job loss. Having an emergency fund gives you the security and peace of mind to handle these situations without resorting to debt. The recommended target for your emergency fund is to save 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This amount ensures you have enough to cover essential costs if something unexpected happens. While it may seem like a large sum, having that cushion can make all the difference in avoiding financial stress during tough times. Scott advises keeping this fund in a separate account from your regular savings or checking account. By doing so, you make sure you don't accidentally dip into it for non-emergencies, which can easily happen if the funds are too accessible. It's important to treat this money as strictly for emergencies, not for impulse purchases or short-term desires. If saving the full amount right away feels overwhelming, don't worry. Scott encourages you to start small and begin with whatever you can manage. Even if it's just $20 a week, every little bit adds up over time. The key is to start saving consistently, no matter how small the contributions are at first. Setting up automatic transfers to your emergency fund account each payday is another effective strategy. This way, saving becomes effortless, and you don't have to think about it each month. Over time, as your financial situation improves, you can gradually increase your contributions until you reach your target amount. And if you ever have to use your emergency fund, it's essential to replenish it as soon as possible. This fund should always be there to protect you in the future, providing stability and security when you need it most. Get the banker off your back. Scott Pape stresses the importance of taking control of your financial life by addressing and reducing debt. He begins by urging readers to take a close look at all their debts, including credit cards, personal loans, and any other outstanding liabilities. Knowing exactly how much you owe is the first step in regaining control of your financial situation. Once you have a clear picture of your debts, Scott recommends tackling high-interest debts first, particularly credit cards. These can accumulate quickly due to high interest rates, and by focusing on paying them off first, you can reduce the burden more effectively. Scott also emphasizes cutting up credit cards as a way to prevent further debt accumulation. If you still need a card, he recommends using a debit card or a low-interest credit card to avoid getting caught in the cycle of credit card debt. Switching to a bank account with lower fees is another way to take charge of your finances. Look for accounts that offer better terms, like no monthly fees or higher interest on savings. Lastly, Scott advises against lifestyle inflation. As your income increases, resist the urge to spend more. Instead, focus on saving and investing to build wealth over time. Taking action on these steps will help you reduce financial stress and build a more secure future. Nail your retirement number. Scott Pape focuses on the importance of figuring out your retirement number and creating a plan to reach it. Your retirement number is essentially the amount of money you'll need to comfortably live when you retire. To calculate it, Scott uses the simple 25x rule. Take your annual living expenses and multiply them by 25. For example, if you expect to spend $40,000 a year in retirement, you would need $1 million saved up. This rule helps set a concrete target, giving you something tangible to work towards. Scott emphasizes that it's not just about the numbers. Consider the lifestyle you want in retirement, whether you plan to travel extensively or live a more low-key, frugal life. These preferences will influence how much you'll need to save. Another factor to keep in mind is inflation, as the cost of living will rise over time. So, it's important to adjust your retirement number to account for this increase in expenses. One of the key pieces of advice Scott shares is to start saving for retirement as early as possible. The earlier you begin, the more time your money has to grow through compound interest. This can significantly speed up the process of reaching your retirement number. Scott also recommends maximizing your contributions to your superannuation or retirement savings account. Many employers offer matching contributions, which can help boost your savings even further. Automating your savings is another smart move. By setting up automatic transfers to your retirement account, saving becomes effortless and ensures that you consistently contribute. Scott also advises regularly tracking your progress to make sure you're on track to meet your goal. If necessary, adjust your savings strategy or increase your contributions to stay aligned with your retirement target. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way to securing a comfortable retirement. Planning ahead and saving consistently will give you the peace of mind that you'll have the financial freedom to enjoy your later years. Scott Pape talks about the importance of leaving not just money, but also values, knowledge, and financial responsibility to future generations. He explains that a legacy is much more than passing on wealth. It's about ensuring that your loved ones are financially secure and equipped to manage what you leave them. The first step in leaving a legacy is having a will. Without a will, your assets might be divided in ways you don't intend, leading to confusion and potential conflict among family members. A simple will ensures that your belongings are distributed according to your wishes. Scott also recommends considering a testamentary trust, which can help protect your assets and manage them in a way that reduces tax liabilities. This is especially helpful if you have minor children or beneficiaries who might need assistance in managing their inheritance. Tax efficiency is another important aspect of leaving a legacy. Scott advises consulting with an accountant or financial advisor to make sure your wealth is passed on in the most tax-efficient way possible. This can help preserve more of your assets for your heirs. Part of planning for the future is also ensuring your loved ones are financially secure, and life insurance can be an excellent tool for this. It can cover debts, provide for education costs, or ensure your family doesn't face financial hardship after you're gone. Scott highlights the importance of teaching your family about financial responsibility. It's not just about leaving them money, it's about equipping them with the knowledge to handle it wisely. Finally, it's essential to communicate your wishes clearly to your family. This will help avoid misunderstandings and ensure they understand your intentions. Scott also stresses the importance of regularly reviewing and updating your plans as life circumstances change. By taking these steps, you'll not only leave behind financial security, but also the wisdom to make the most of it. Living barefoot in your 20s, 30s, and beyond. In Chapter 10 of the Barefoot Investor, Scott Pape offers tailored financial advice for each stage of life, from your 20s all the way through your 40s and beyond. His focus is on setting up a strong financial foundation early on and adjusting your strategy as life evolves. In your 20s, Scott encourages starting as early as possible to build good financial habits. Setting up the barefoot buckets, splurge, save, and firefly helps you manage your money effectively. At this stage, it's important to focus on reducing any high-interest debt, like credit card balances, and begin saving, even if it's just small amounts. The key is consistency. Starting to contribute to your retirement fund early is crucial, as it allows your money to grow through compounding. Developing these habits in your 20s will set you up for long-term success. Once you reach your 30s, your financial situation may become more complex. You might have a family, a mortgage, or other significant expenses, but your income might also increase. At this point, Scott advises increasing your savings rate and continuing to pay off any remaining debts, particularly mortgages. It's also important to focus on bigger financial goals, such as securing your family's future with the right insurance policies and planning for long-term investments. Maintaining your physical and mental health is equally important, as it directly impacts your ability to sustain your wealth over time. In your 40s and beyond, the focus shifts to building wealth through investments and making sure your retirement savings are on track. By this stage, you should have a solid financial foundation, and it's time to think more seriously about retirement and the lifestyle you want. Scott recommends reviewing your estate plan and ensuring everything is in place to pass on your wealth. He also emphasizes maintaining a simple lifestyle, avoiding lifestyle inflation, and continuing to learn about money to make informed decisions. Scott's advice for each stage of life is practical and encourages long-term thinking to ensure financial stability and security. This is the end of this book. The key lessons that you have learned from this chapter won't be of any help if you don't apply them. Knowledge is useless if you don't apply it. Applied knowledge is power. All right, that's it for today, and make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button if you found value in it, and I'll see you in the next video.